We back. Let's go. Players, coaches, you know the rest. Fans young and old from across the globe, not my first rodeo. Welcome to the Week 19 recap show of the Bigs. As always, I'm your host, I'm your commissioner, I am Timmy Westside. I am looking for my notes. And as always, it is my goddamn honor to be here with you all, recapping, say it with me, the greatest league in the world. Little peek behind the curtain, I am fucking exhausted, but we're flying out of the gates, fucking doing those crossovers in the corners. All-star, fastest lap, commish. Not this week, I suck. Let's figure it out together. What happened? Week 19 in the books, gone drifting into oblivion like late autumn leaves. God damn, I'm buzzing. Classes in session. What did we learn? There was one thing, actually two things, but there was one main thing. It was the main event. There's been punches thrown left and right. Everything is punched. The biggest punches to the worst punches. You know who I'm talking about. No spoilers. We'll get into it. Punching tickets. That's our business. That's our model. A Fortune 500 company. That's what we do. I'm going to get one of those ticket punchers for next year. Anytime someone punches ticket, whammy, it comes out. Punching tickets. Another smaller note, I wrote justice. The bad breaks even out in the wash. The good weeks that you think, ooh, I got away with a win. The bad weeks where you're like, how the fuck did I lose with 200 plus points? I'm going to show you in a minute or two. Everything evens out in the wash. But let's get into it. And we must start with our newest number one. Pains me to say it, but you knew it was coming from week 6, 7, 8 onwards. This fucking locomotive, Larry Motive, would not be stopped. Did not get stopped all year. Takes down Timmy Westside 223.9 to 178.2 to secure the bag. The number one seed, locked, loaded. He's sitting on his throne at the starters mark, waiting for that gun to go off on championship weekend. Who he will play? Oh, we got a lot of puck from now until then to find out. I wrote he delivered. The best team all year with the most points this week when he needed it the most, led by the man who they will write poems about, his monster dong. He just got it done. And you know what? That's what you want to see. That's how you want to get beat. Stick taps. I'm a bigger person. I got beat fair and square. Kudos me for realizing that. I'm a good person. Highest score of the week, not close. 4-game win streak to basically close out the season. We'll get into week 20. 4 days, over 30 points. Specifically Thursday. He was chirping me. I came out of the gates a little bit slow, I know, but he came out hot. I was relatively, as you'll see, no spoilers, even with the rest of the middle of the pack. But the big day where he stomped on my big forehead was Thursday. He put up 58.9 points. I put up 25.8. Curtains, lights off. Give him the get out of jail free card. Around the Monopoly board he goes and sits at the pearly gates of championship week. His top 3, as I alluded to. I mean, this guy, talk about the ultimate fucking gamer. Coach, you drafted me 1-1 for a reason. On days like this, on weeks like this, on nights like this. 36.2 points for Connor Gorilla Dong, Silverback McDavid. I don't know if that's the most points ever by a player, but I'm going to write it down. 36.2. It's going in the record book right there. Number 2, Braden Point, 25.2 points, and Ilya Samsonov. It's not Igor, it's Ilya Samsonov. 22.9 points, rounds out his top 3. His goalies, led by Samsonov, went 5-2 for 40.1 points. As I said, leads the league this season in goals, assists, tied for shorthanded goals, tied for hat tricks, least goalie losses, most points for. Last thing I'll say on Mr. Laurent Pierre. Stick taps. You did it. You got the job done. You were the best team all season. You don't think the other 5 owners of this league saw you going off in the chat? Rightfully so. If you're going to win, let them know. But the job's not done. Game 7 is the... Correction. What's the hardest game to win? That game 4. 2004 Yankees, they were up 3-0, 2 outs. Bottom of the 9th. Man on first. In the bag. All of a sudden, Dave Roberts steals. Poppy hits a bloop single. You know history. You know the story. 1980. Before the miracle, the Soviets, the Red Army that would not, could not be stopped. In the round robin, trounced the U.S. They're up there looking at the pretty girls in the stands. They think this is a joke. It's done. Give us the gold medal. Let's go home to the USSR right now. Mike Tyson gets into the ring in Tokyo, Japan. Up 42-1 odd favorite against Mr. Buster Douglas. This was a warm-up. Buster Douglas started fighting back. Red Sox started fighting back. The miracle on ice happened. One more, bud. Don't slip up now. I'm fucking buzzing, boys. You kidding me? Sleep deprived Tim? Sleep deprived Tim? That didn't make sense. Boom. Timmy Westside. I gave him the shrug, the Jordan shrug. I said all along, I'm a 500 team. I came hot out of the gates, got some lucky wins, backed by some great goaltending. I know my strengths. I know my weaknesses. I'm 10-9. I'm going to playoffs. Let's see what happens. Average team, glimpses of greatness, consistency. This I'm going to touch on for most of you. I now join the crowded midfield. This hints to what I said in the intro. You look at the stats, the points for, the points against. There's no one with 1 million points for, but 2 million points against. They're in the gutter. What the fuck? How am I here? If you look at the standings, top to bottom, Larry has the most point differential and Ken has the least. Us 4 in the middle, the midfield, where we've been tucked in all along. Bunk beds just fucking stacked on top of each other. This is how we do it. Our point differential is razor thin. I'm plus 40. Chris, I'll get into it. Plus something. Jake's plus 90. I'll get into them when I talk to them. Know who you are. This is the team I am. I'm proud of them. We're in the playoffs. Let's see if there's some magic left in that locker room. I'm rambling. I'm 10-9. My top three: Roman Josi, 17.8. Nikita Kuch, 16.0. And Billy Hoos. The little victories that he's still there. The ad drop of the century, 15.1 points, rounds out my top three. Not good enough. Second lowest point total on the week. But I was close to the other guys. Lastly, I wrote, injuries have not been a problem for me this year, but Tuck, IR, going down. My offense is already razor thin. That hurts. Last thing I've talked about, Timmy Westside, already touched upon it. The bulletin board. FBI Most Wanted, Evil Empire. It's scattered across every locker room in this league. We want another crack. Heading into game 4. Kevin Millar, 2004 Red Sox. This is the last Red Sox reference I will make. Said, don't let us win tonight. Moving on. 2. Oh. The shadow boxer himself. Phoenix from the ashes. Risen. Punching. Burt Macklin Squadron. 183.9 over the rubber puckies. Frog in my throat. 154.1. That was not my hand. That was the door slamming. He said, Ken Dog, enjoy your basement condo. I'm out of here. Solidifies his place in the playoffs. Solidifies Ken Dog's place in the bowl. Snaps his two-game losing streak when he needed it the most. He won 5 out of these 7 days. Ended up winning by basically 30 points. Never a sweat. Sure, if a game might here or there could have been close, but never a sweat, and that's what you want on those big games. Kudos, Jacoby. You know I've been backing your squadron as sneaky good all season long. Good to see you get to the dance. 9 and 10, good enough to do it. Your top 3. Leon Draisaitl. McDaddy led the way for his team. Leon Colon led the way for yours. 19.2 points. I tried to make up something punny with Leon Draisaitl because I always say Cologne, but whatever. 19.2, good enough as your top dog. Ilya Sorokin. Igor Shesterkin, Ilya Sorokin. Ilya Sorokin, 17.4 points. Your top man between the pipes. And where he has been staring at me since the day we parted ways. My biggest mistake of the season. Yes, you know the man who I'm talking about. Willie Nylander, 15.6, rounds out your top 3, getting you to the postseason. Shine your shoes, go pick out a new tux, you're dancing. Your goalies went 4-4. Good enough for 31.7 points. And listen, let's talk about it. It's not up on the scoreboard, but I preach this. Big narrative guy. Love the locker room stories. Most of them I make up, but I don't care. This one was a fact. Real. Happened. Who am I talking about? Didn't show up on the scoreboard. Linus fucking Ullmark. Jacoby. Mr. Jake. Because he's Russian. Mr. Jake. Mr. Coach Jake. Really love being on your team. Now he's like Asian. I want to help. Now he's Dracula. Even he's tucking goals from 185 feet away. He's sniping them. He's selling. He's pointing up into the owner's box. He says, get the fucking PJ loaded up. We're going to the fucking playoffs. He tucks. I woke up 20 minutes ago. I thought I'd be exhausted, but this is riveting stuff. Crowded midfield. You joined the club. You've been there. You know it. Your point differential was minus 90 points. You're thinking, oh, that's not too good. Only Larry was the one with a plus point differential all year, I think. The only one that mattered. Good job. You won. Let's get to Mr. Kendog. From first to worst. Jacoby. Oh. Jacoby takes off the crown of Mr. Poopy Pants, the Q fag, and says there will not be a repeat fag for me this year. Kendog, on the other hand, the Apollo 420, folks, is officially up for grabs. There will be no repeat champion this season. Kendog, 4-game losing streak, loses by 30 points, 6-13 on the season, locks himself in the cellar with a bucket and just a crack of sunlight, waiting for his shot. And 3 weeks from now, 4 weeks from now, to maybe escape. But in the meantime, he's in the Q Bowl. And as I said, it was justified. You look at the points, no one got cheated. Where Lair is in first, waiting for the championship. Kendog last. Least in goals. Least in block shots. Least in goalie wins. Most in goalie losses. I'm telling you, they win championships. They maybe also win Q Bowls. We'll see. They went 3-3-2 this year for a total of 38. This week for a total of 38 points. Can't read my own rating. Something first to worst, new Apollo 420. Last year, you were my team. You go back and watch those. I said, watch out for this dock holes. You did it. This year, you did not. You got to wait a month, and we'll see how it all shakes out. Let's move on to the final game of the week. I'm talking about the two boys who didn't really have anything to play for. Borland Backhanders, comeback kid. Last week he was 95%. Whammy. Stamps. He punches. He tickets. Blockbuster at the box office. The comeback kid, 204.5 points over the Borland Backhanders, 182.7, officially punching his way into the postseason. They improved to 10-9 on the year, and is now on a nice little 2-game winning streak. The games that matter the most, he got it done lately. This one, closer than it looks on the scoreboard. Bootsy won 6 out of the 7 days, but that one day that Connor did win, he put a 30 perger right on his ass, so made it a lot tighter. In the end, the comeback kid comes out on top. The notes, they're right there for me. He is, according to the standings, second place, and say it with me, rightfully so. Justice. He is second in the league in goals, assists, hat tricks, goalie wins, points for, and points differential. Okay, so Boots is the other team with a plus differential. I think I am too, but very little. What am I getting at? Earned your spot, number 2. Earned your spot in the playoffs. Dangerous squad for sure. Don't want to face him round 1. your season was just beating on that wall until it finally came down. You were battling out down in the sewage there. I'm the second leading points fucking team in the league. How am I down here? You hit the spin cycle, everything comes out in the wash. Look at you now. You're 10-9. You're feeling great. You're 200 plus points on the week. That's how you get it done. Your top three were Juicy Man Soros himself, 23.2 points. Dylan Cousins, nice to see a youngster, a new top three guy up there. Awesome. 16.2. And A. Gorgiev. I know this. Anders. I always say Anders when I don't know, and he's like not Canadian or American. Anders Gorgiev. Those are your top three. Gorgiev led the way for your goalies, who went 6-3 this week for a total of 47.1 points. I'm already laughing because I just looked down at Shauner. We're gonna talk about you now, and I wrote like 3 things. Again, I'm tired. Sorry, cuz you punched your ticket last week. I gave you all the fucking double wrister 3,000 last week. This week I don't got much for you. I got like 3 things on you. It's okay. You're last in the rundown for a reason. I didn't have much to say. I'm tired. I love you though. 9-10. He punched his ticket last week. Not much movement. I'll get into it in a minute, but week 20, not much to play for. The middle pack is going to get a lot up here. But for all intents and purposes, last week and this week that's coming up, Connor just had a couple bye weeks. Your top 3 was Tage Thompson, 25 points on the dot. Andrei Vasilevsky, 21.6, and Evgeny Malkin, 17.6. Your goalies were only 2-1-2 for a total of 24.9 points, but it did not matter. Your offense led the way for your team with 157 points, but even that didn't matter because you lost, but it didn't matter. So this whole recap of you didn't matter. We'll see you in the playoffs. Maybe. I don't know who I want to play. I don't think it matters. Flip a coin. Pew. That's it. That's all I've got on week 19. Let's briefly talk about week 20. Blanket statement. You all knew it was coming. Week 21. Adios. See you later. Don't need it. Heard it here from first. Clip it. Lock it. Save it forever. 20 weeks. If there's another pandemic or if the NHLers go back into the Olympics, we'll talk about it. But 20 weeks. That's our season. Nice round number. Easy to remember. This week 20 will not matter. I wrote down basically it's a vacation for everyone. The kind of week where you set it and forget it. If you win, great. Who do I play next week? Preparation. The storm is coming, gentlemen. It's why we grind 20 weeks for. It's why I do, say, generous 3 hours every Monday on this, times 20, 60 weeks, 60 hours, 60 hours of recap work minimum. Why do we do it? We do it to get into the big show. We do it to you're walking through the carnival. Oh, look. Lions and tigers. Pairs oh my. And you see the big top. And you come through those curtains. And you're in the show. And the bright lights, they scream louder than ever. The bleachers are shaking. You know, it's the big show. It's the dance. It's playoffs. We're almost there. I'm fired up. Week 20 don't matter. I'll see you in a week. Boom.